We've talked a little bit about the history and the community of abapGit in previous videos. It's open source. Anyone can go in there, to your point, add a feature, fix a bug, and get that feedback. Well over 100 community developers contributing to this software that is free, and it's an incredibly powerful tool. How are all of these community members contributing to abapGit, even though there isn't a shared system for abapGit?
Yeah, so there are multiple options, right? And that's the thing with abapGit. So abapGit takes development artifacts from a system and puts it as files onto GitHub. So that means everything is just files, and these files typically contain text that can be edited. So first way to edit and build software is of course using Notepad or a VI, whatever you prefer, but it's basically just text. So you can use any normal editor to edit the files and then use Git to push and pull. I think more modern is probably using something like VS Code to edit the files. There's also a lot of support on GitHub to edit files in a web-based editor. And of course, you can also install a system on your local PC from the P Developer Edition and test it and run it there. Or you can develop in your central productive landscape in the development system that you normally use for your on-prem developments.
Yeah, that's a great point. Specifically, I want to focus on that Developer Edition, which is currently ABAP Platform 1909. That's a great way for someone who maybe wants to contribute to abapGit or uses abapGit at their company, but maybe wants to do some development outside of their central landscape. And that's another thing that Nube offers. We do provide the Developer Edition at a very affordable cost to enable that type of contribution for anyone who's not able to run it on their local PC, or whoever doesn't want to take the effort to self-host it. But it is amazing how so many different individuals are able to contribute to this tool and add to the stability, add to the quality of it.
Yeah, and also having a local or cloud developer edition, also take out all the other different open source ABAP projects and take those for a test drive, find some bugs, fix it, or start your own open source projects, or just fiddle around in the developer edition and try some things that are not possible in your central landscape or whatever, right? It's just a system that you can delete the next day. Perhaps it also moves a bit into the whole concept of doing inner source. So abapGit as such is public open source, but I think some of the reason that we get a lot of contributors to abapGit and people actually use it is because it's very visible. It is there on the internet. So I also believe in doing visibility internally in an organization. Just take the code that you have in your system, put it on your GitHub that typically a lot of other people in the organization will use, and they'll actually see that there is some code here, that there is people maintaining and what it actually looks like. Perhaps ABAP is not the most popular or modern programming language when looking at it at first sight, right? But just getting transparency into there's actually a lot of complexity and a lot of business logic that is handled in a report.
That's a really good point. And the other advantage I think of that is that whenever developers find bugs, they then have the freedom to just fix those. It might be an issue that's happening in production, no one has reported, but now you have ability, if you're using it, running into issues, implementing a bug fix and deploying that. A lot of the abapGit contributors are people that work at companies that are using it. They find the issues and they understand the ABAP code, and so they make a contribution. I know that we've done that in the past at Nuvit because we ran into an issue that we needed to solve, and I also know a number of our customers also contribute to it for their own reasons, but it really benefits the community as a whole.
Yeah, in software, there's always not a bug somewhere to be fixed.
Yeah, it's not easy. Until AI replaces us all, it's still us fixing the bugs.